Willie Kilmer was a brave, competitive player, and he was tough. In week one of the 1976 season, he was busted in the nose late in the fourth quarter, which temporarily sidelined him. He returned to throw this touchdown pass with 45 seconds remaining to win the game 19-17. Per the Sporting News 1977 National Football Guide, blood seeped into his eyes, which obscured his sight, and the blood trickled onto his hands, which made it difficult to hold the ball. He received 5 stitches after the game. Bull Wiskey is surprisingly on this list with a cool $200,000 for the 1977 season. He was offered a $50,000 contract to play for the Pittsburgh Pirates to play professional baseball after graduating high school in 1958, but he elected to play basketball and football at UCLA. He was the 1961 first-round draft pick of the San Francisco 49ers and signed with them for a $15,000 contract along with a $6,000 signing bonus. He was 38 years old at the start of the 1977 season and hadn't started more than 10 games in a season since 1971. His only Pro Bowl season was in 1972. Washington only got 8 starts and 8 passing touchdowns out of him in 1977. Jack Lambert is the only defensive player on this list, and he made it after only playing 3 seasons. He was the Defensive Rookie of the Year in 1974, made Second-Team All-Pro in 1975, and made First-Team All-Pro in 1976 when he was the Defensive Player of the Year and finished second in the NFL MVP vote. Lambert held out halfway through training camp until the Steelers made him the highest-paid defensive player in the NFL. Number 58, Jack Lambert, was the heart and soul of the Steelers' defense, and they fed off his high level of energy and intensity. Not even teammate Joe Green could make that claim, and he had 5 more years seniority with the same Defensive Rookie of the Year award, 2 Defensive Player of the Year awards to Lambert's 1, and he was a Pro Bowl player for each of his 8 years in the NFL. Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback Terry Bradshaw is number 8 on this list. He was nicknamed the Blonde Bomber in college at Louisiana Tech, and he was the first overall draft pick in 1970. His rookie contract was for $25,000 and included a $5,000 raise for the 1971 season, along with a $100,000 signing bonus paid over 10 years. Through the end of the 1976 season, he threw 76 touchdown passes and 99 interceptions in 73 games played. He had 2 Super Bowl wins under his belt, though, and that helped him snare a $206,000 contract for the 1977 season. Quarterback Bert Jones of the Colts is the seventh highest paid player. He was the second overall selection in the 1973 draft out of LSU, and he had excellent running ability. But what he was really known for was his rocket arm. In 1976, he led the NFL with 3,104 passing yards, made the AFC Pro Bowl team as well as first-team All-Pro, and was named the NFL's most valuable player in just his fourth season. In 1977, Dolphins quarterback Bob Griese signed a $675,000 multi-year contract, which was one of the largest at the time. He was starting his 11th professional season and had already made 6 Pro Bowl teams. He had started 3 consecutive Super Bowl games and came out on top twice. The Dolphins got their money's worth in 1977 as he led the NFL with 22 touchdown passes and also with an 87.8 passer rating. Running back John Riggins of the Redskins is tied for the 4th highest salary. He signed with them as a free agent on June 10, 1976, after playing out the option of his Jets' 1975 contract. Before the start of the 1975 season, he asked for a contract that matched that of quarterback Joe Namath. The Jets balked, and head coach/general manager George Allen smiled with glee as he landed the cavalier attitude of the fullback nicknamed Riggo. Washington didn't get their money's worth in 1977 from Riggo because he only rushed for 203 yards and no rushing touchdowns in 5 games played before being placed on injured reserve status for the remainder of the season. The Giants' Larry Zanka was the only one of these 10 players to play in all 14 games of the 1977 season. The former Dolphins superstar played out the option of his contract and signed with the World Football League's Memphis Southmen for the 1975 season. He put up extremely modest numbers there and signed with the Giants as a free agent on April 7, 1976, after the WFL folded. His agent said that 15 NFL teams expressed interest in signing him. Zanka didn't see the field of play too often in 1976, however, as he only rushed for 464 yards, 1 touchdown, a 3.5 yards per carry, and a long run of only 15 yards. Vikings quarterback Fran Tarkenton was coming off his ninth Pro Bowl season at the start of the 1977 season. He was age 37 in 1977 and was the league's most valuable player in 1975 and had just led the NFL in pass completions along with a career low 1.9 interception percentage in 1976 when he threw 17 touchdown passes and only 8 interceptions. Joe Namath took a pay cut from $450,000 in 1976 to sign with the Rams in 1977 for the NFL's second highest salary that year. As part of his contract, a complicated sequence of deferred payments guaranteed him substantial income past his playing days. He was age 34 in 1977 when he signed with the Rams as a free agent when the Jets didn't pick up his player option for the 1977 season. Namath had knee problems that started in his college days and were multiplied while in the pro ranks. He suffered through other injuries from head to toe and no longer had the incredible athleticism shown here. Not only was Namath on his way out of New York City, head coach Lou Holtz, who admitted in an NFL Films interview with Steve Sable that he had never watched an NFL game prior to his first Jets preseason game, resigned with one game remaining. Before he even touched a football as a professional, Bills running back O.J. Simpson had signed a $250,000 three-year endorsement with Chevrolet, a $120,000 three-year endorsement with Royal Crown Cola, a sporting event announcing deal with ABC at $6,000 per game for 2 years, and a 4-year $215,000 player contract with the Bills. OJ had 4 consecutive 1,000 rushing yard seasons at the end of the 1975 season. 1 month before the start of the 1976 training camp, Simpson demanded a trade. For the next 2 months, the Bills and Rams negotiated for his services. No deal. OJ threatened retirement, and Bills owner Ralph Wilson flew to Simpson's home 2 days before the start of the regular season opener. They agreed on a $2 million multi-year contract. In Week 7 of the 1977 season, he aggravated a knee injury that required surgery. He had played the last game of his Bills career, but he had earned more than 2 times that of the second highest paid player in 1977, and that's never going to happen again.